to the Krelka Show. I'm Krelka Kane. This is
Silver Quill.
And this is
Keep away from me.
I'm married to you.
Keep away from me. I'm the newest member of this team. Yes, that's called Keep Away From Me. So you better keep away from me.
Isn't that what Daiji wanted to say, the director, for more than half these episodes?
Yeah.
Because this is Kamen Rider Bad Touch.
So yes, we are talking about Revice episodes. Oh yeah, 41 and 42.
So wait, before we continue, does this mean you're going to title it not Kaiju no Kami Reviews, but Keep Away Reviews?
Well, I don't title these ones Kaiju no Kami Reviews. I title them Kamen Rider Revice episodes, number, discussion, dash, and then the title.
In this case, Bad Touch.
Keep away, bad touch.
Keep away, Bad Touch. Ooh, title drop. Although for us, it's titled Inception.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, that's what Junpei, Genta, and Vale were having a little bit of.
Everything's falling in slow motion.
So these episodes, okay, so you both title it Bad Touch. I title it Merchandising.
I title it Bad Touch Road.
Well, if we're going with the merchandising, I would like a subtitle. Cheater! Cheaters! They cheated! They cheated. You filled out the 50, and then you peeled it away.
Well, it's a new stamp sheet.
And that is like if you went to a restaurant faithfully, and you filled out your stamp card, and you get a free meal, you're like, oh, you forgot to fold it out. You bastards!
Well,
Cheaters!
I kind of feel like you went to the restaurant, filled your stamps, they pulled it away, gave you a new card, and said, start over.
Without any reward? Cheating!
No, you got a reward.
What reward?
You got 41 episodes.
But now they're trying to hype me up. I thought we were at the climax. There are no more further stamps to pull where everyone's at their maximum power. Now we might get the Daiji Fallen Angel.
So
stamp.
what you're saying?
No, I'm so eager!
So what you're saying though is it doesn't get your stamp of approval.
It does not, because it's cheating.
I missed it. I looked down and clicked on the thing for the next file, and they're all like, they reset. I'm like, what? Oh well.
I know! We're like having a moment of like awe and frustration. You're like, But that's the story of my life. Anytime we have a moment of awe and frustration, you're like, moving on. Yeah.
Whatever.
But, just...
Alright, so, compared to compared to last time's episodes, I like these episodes a lot better. In fact, I felt these two episodes were the best episodes we've had in a few weeks.
Well, because we finally put an end to a villain who was losing his steam.
And I feel like we kind of nearly put it end to the weekend as well.
But everyone's working for the weekend.
But your weekends are gone now.
What? Weekends are gone.
Wait a minute, this is a Manic Monday.
Oh my god.
I wish it were Sunday.
Oh god.
Because that's my fun day.
I don't know them. I really don't know them. They're just some random people that walked into this video and they've just never gone home.
I am married to you. We've been together for 21 and almost a half years.
And everyone in public assumes that she and I are a couple.
Yes! Which makes no sense.
Well, we do a lot of PDAs.
We do.
We do a lot of PDAs.
Anyway, so we've got Daiji getting bad touched by the director, who's like rubbing his head like, oh.
It's
He
like,
wasn't doing that.
Okay.
He was doing it like, oh, you're my sweet son.
Well, no, I think he really was stroking it more.
Oh, he wasn't doing it like that. He was doing, oh, my sweet son.
Igarashi.
How? Because that makes any bit of difference.
Igarashi was the one giving it.
Oh, I'm sorry. He wasn't actually touching your... He was touching the side of you.
Oh, yeah, actually, it's like the Tom Hanks. Tell us what my hair, Mr. Hanks. Sure thing, kid. Da, da, da. But okay, so the director, he wants Daiji as his son, but Daiji's pretty disgusted by him, and I think this episode really highlights the director's ultimate weakness. It's when he pulls a Carranger. You're not allowed to duck during the final attack.
Oh my god, that was like the best thing ever though. Because you're so used to them being like transfixed on this deadly attack coming to their face and not moving because reasons. And here we get exactly that.
But after that, after he's whining basically, and I'm actually thinking of a quote that I recently rewatched on YouTube from Babylon 5, where
don't you own Babylon 5?
Yeah, but this was just a clip.
Oh, okay.
Quick clip. Do you know how long it takes to boot up a movie on my computer? It doesn't want to work with with external hard drives. Anyway, the line was, "You've been fighting to stay alive because you're afraid of dying. What everyone needs is someone who's lets go of that fear and is able to just be." This director guy has spent centuries being afraid to die. It's his entire modus operandi. He can never go beyond that, and thus he's always going to be this small, insecure man trying to be more.
Is there something wrong with being afraid of death?
Well, no, it's very natural. But at some point, once you accept it, we're all going to have our cards punched, and there's no second sheet that you can just pull out of. No. We're all going to have our ticket punched. So now that means we accept that and we live in the now. We enjoy the people we're with. We enjoy the things we do. You are freaking out on so many levels right now, aren't you?
Okay. Do you not remember...
She's not going to be able to go to sleep tonight now.
Do you not remember when you had told me that water bottles could cause cancer?
And we quickly corrected that.
It wasn't a quick thing. It was a month later you corrected it. So I freaked out for a literal month not drinking any water bottles.
Well, then I'm sure the city reservoir thanks you. But I don't think I'm not being dishonest when I say that
No, you're not being dishonest.
All right, enough.
I'm just saying, for some people,
I know it's hard.
It's a very real fear.
Well, believe me, I still get a little freaked out when I realize it.
I have panic attacks at least.
Okay, we don't. Enough.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is very important to this character.
No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Look at Ikki. He is accepting the death of memory.
Well, technically.
In fact, everybody's willing to accept the worst possible outcome if it means a better future.
So, okay, looking at the death of memory, I'm going to use a realistic thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So, when my grandmother had her stroke and basically lost all of her memories,
mm-hmm.
not all of her memories, but I looked like so much like my mother. I never existed for the last 2 months of her life. And so...
What wasn't exactly 2 months?
Well, being very just general.
This is not a time for technicalities.
Have you not met him?
I'm beginning to think I just can't have a conversation with you two at this point.
But death of memories is... I actually feel like death of memory is more tragic than the death of a person. Having witnessed so many individuals with Alzheimer's or dementia and watching them be almost like a shell of themselves. And I'm not talking about just my grandmother here, but so many patients that I worked with when I was in healthcare. Someday I'll just tell you every industry I've worked in, because you'll all be scared.
Got 2 hours?
Yeah, we'll have a scrolling text and the computer will crash halfway through. So it'll just say, "Pick a lane, lady."
Pretty much. But watching people actually fade from your eyes, where every day is almost like a different person, or one memory yesterday no longer exists today, I actually, if I had to pick two, I would rather die with my memories intact than die not knowing who anybody around me is. That's actually, over the years, that's actually become more of my biggest fear.
Okay, so then I'm no harm, no foul.
Yes, you're fine. But no,
You're foul.
It's true.
But
Toku Twitter.
for like I actually found that scene where they find, where mom and dad, Yumiko, or Yukimi and Genta find all of these photos hidden. And every single one of them, Ikki is gone from. And him having to come clean about the fact that his life is disappearing before his and everybody's eyes. I actually still feel that's the most tragic thing ever.
But it's not disappearing from their memories, because Genta asks, why isn't Ikki here? So I think they still remember.
Well, they still remember, but the challenge is looking at from a family perspective to the person who loses their memories. The person who remembers everything, I feel, is experiencing death multiple times because they're watching their family member lose their memories. Like, I experienced death with my grandmother twice. Well, 3 times actually, when she died from the stroke and she was out for 10 minutes, when she woke up and I didn't exist, and then when she died a little bit of time later. So for me, it was 3 times I watched my grandmother die because she was alive in the middle, but for me, I was not a person to her. I was a person, but not a person she recognized. And so I think for anyone who watches a family member go through Alzheimer's or dementia or any memory loss that's significant, yes, you have the opportunity to build memories with Ikki, but we don't know for sure how that will work. And just because you reminisce, the problem is you don't have anything you can reminisce with. At least if you have a picture that has him in it, you could reminisce on a memory and show him his happiness. But I think it's so tragic because with him not in the photos, you can't even include him.
You underestimate the power of Photoshop. They'll just have like this really weird outline around Ikki as he slides into the picture.
Alright, so on top of that stuff going on, we've got, what's his name, upset about his mom and dad
Well,
dying.
Haruki.
He's working through it.
Well,
And
we don't... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I guess in certain ways he also suffered multiple deaths when he thought that they were no longer a family.
Mm-hmm.
That his father didn't care. Then his father did care and sacrificed himself. Now he's not even sure what to feel.
Well, and we don't know how long they were together as a family.
We know that they had terrible feng shui.
They could have been together as a
And terrible
family
fashion sense.
for at least a year. But he's also Sakura's age, so high school age. So we don't even know if his birth family, essentially...
Well, the way they've talked, the way it seemed like early in the series is they always thought they were a family, so they've obviously known them for a while.
Well, exactly. So his birth family, oh my God, was he trafficked? Was he kidnapped from his real family? Or did they die?
Ooh, you've gone the fanfic road.
Oh, I can...
She's gone down the rabbit hole. Oh, the tragedy. Oh, the loss.
But for me, these 2 episodes were actually heavily about death. Not rebirth, just death. And having to, and like what you mentioned earlier, having to accept it.
But with the last moment where Genta and Vale reunite, is that rebirth? The first rebirth?
I think that's probably the first rebirth, but for the most of it, because you have Masamune, or Masami, or whatever his name is, Daddy Daddy died. That sounds so terrible. But,
Daddy.
I was thinking of that song.
Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair. It seems he didn't care. Austin Powers 3.
I don't remember Austin Powers 3.
Okay, I'll go get it off the...
No.
It's okay right now.
It's all quite alright. I don't need to see Austin Powers 3 again.
You know, I was thinking of the song too, but...
The first two are great. The third one is...
Welcome to a review of Austin Powers 3.
But...
Alright, so then we've got George's dad, the stuff going on with him, where we finally see him with George when George was a kid.
Which, okay.
Fire.
I did not like the lip syncing when they had, like, the younger man kind of having, like, the voice actor for the dad.
Uh-huh.
Because it wasn't the same voice.
Well, no, it wasn't synced up because it was showing those scenes in slow motion with him hearing what his dad said to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, I thought it was supposed to be like in the moment type thing, but his dad was hot, so.
But no, because
Is this a Phantom of the Opera thing for you? I mean, is he so tortured a soul under that mask you think, oh God, that's hot?
kind of she does.
Yes.
Okay then.
He knows me very well. Why have you stayed with me for so long when you know my weird...
Plot convenience.
Dude, all you had to say was love. And you would have been super romantic and scored major points, but no! You are out!
Because that wouldn't be entertaining for the audience.
I don't think that's true. There would have been general, aw, now get back to Kamen Rider.
I think the majority of the audience is male, and while there are there are men who have hearts and emotions, there's small population.
Small. Small heart small?
Yes.
Okay, how about this?
Anyway, so
She's struck me.
So we've got our Kamen Rider army of uselessness.
So,
our Kamen Rider CGI army of uselessness.
Okay, to be fair, they actually did more fighting and actually taking out monsters than X8.
it's true.
So,
When I say that, I haven't seen X8. But they were actually competent runs.
They were. I was like, okay, they actually effectively took out people.
But
like
then you have
villains.
that one
Yeah,
family.
monsters.
They're like, okay, we're gonna go do what we were told to do with the.
Well,
And compare that at least to 01 and Gaim, which had mass-produced Kamen Riders, which they were always on the evil side, so they couldn't swat a fly. But here, they're the good guys, and they're actually fighting. And Kelly, Cruelica, did you at least like their vest and army fatigue look before they transformed? Were they hot?
no.
Okay then, see, we're learning the criteria here. Scarred and emotionally damaged, hot. Stone cold military badass, not hot.
Okay, now you make me seem like I'm vain.
So we're working on the spectrum here. I don't know if that was at the far end of the not hot spectrum, or if there's something even further.
Oh, there's things further, but...
Okay.
Now,
so
you see, we're kind of we've passed the castle. We're at the vein part. Soon will be Inya. Or
Castlevania. Yeah, I got it. It took a minute, but I got it. But let's see. So, but none of them look as cool as demons, and demons we haven't seen for a while now. But everybody's aping on the coolest driver. I mean, come on. The deconstruction driver?
Deathstream.
the stream.
It almost sounded... It's Deathstream, but it almost sounded like Deathstream.
Well,
like
it's either Death Stream or for Destroy Stream.
Oh, yeah, but
So-
it sounds so metal.
So it looks cool, but it's not the demon's driver, and I like the demon's driver.
Okay, Crimson Veil looks sweet as fuck.
I want to see what this freaking Triceratops form was supposed to look like.
Yeah, it's been teased like twice now.
I want to see the Triceratops form.
Oh, it was kind of cool to see the horns coming out in the ground.
But that was what, Julio? Don't call me Julio. what's this kid's name?
Tamaki.
Tamaki. He even said to George, maybe a Kamen Rider.
Oh yeah, he was completely...
But yeah, so then when we got to the big battle...
Why is he being denied? I feel so bad for him at this point.
So we've got, Crimson... The
Crimson
Veil, which was pretty badass looking, even though it was basically a repaint to seem like Vice's Kamen Rider form.
Yep.
It was still awesome because of the red. And then we've got Death Dream form, which also looked kind of cool. I like the...
Well, at first, when I first saw the transformation, it was like at that gray halfway point.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, oh God, is that what he's going to fight as? And then it crumbled away and it looked much cooler, but I still thought, good Lord, one hug and you're dead.
I did like the fact that when it was all gray, and then you have like these not really arms, but things coming out of his back, and just like picking it off.
Their legs. Their
Legs,
tactile
yes.
legs. Except then he used the crocodile attack and the legs slashed out. And it's like, oh sure, crocodiles are known to do that. I remember seeing Verwin survive several attacks of lancing spikes off their back. What the hell is this?
So that fight though between Genta and Veil was pretty damn awesome. In fact, when we had them fighting each other in like the burning world, I actually could kind of think of Kuga with how they were in the snow, just punching each other.
All I thought of was Northman, but not naked.
All I thought was, wow, that fake punch really whiffed.
Oh, yeah. One of those punches, I was like, I'm sorry, sir, but the way you have that filmed, it showed it did not connect at all.
Immersion ruined 0 out of 10 unsubscribe from Kaiju's channel.
But that camera work was also cool, going along when the camera would just slide over, going to focus in the center. I did like when everyone else was fighting and Veil and Genta were staring at each other, and we had the battle going on along everything. Which
I wasn't sure if they were imagining that or if it was just that fast a fight.
I think it was just that fast a fight, because it just looked really cool to have them all in between. I also did, even though the CGI was still better than Zenkaiger, but not as good, the fight between Hana and Daiji when they're flying.
Wow, we all said it in unison. That
was a really cool scene.
But the city did look really fake.
Oh, it did,
but it's going so fast. It's like you can forgive certain elements.
But also, I think because we haven't seen really Kamen Rider do a battle like that, it also worked because it was like, oh wow, this is really cool.
And even though they weren't riding motorcycles, they were riding their wings.
Were they playing a card game?
So they were just winging it.
On wings.
Does this mean they had some Red Bull?
Probably.
Card games on wings. Can we get people to chant that at a convention?
I don't know.
Probably.
That just doesn't flow as well as
plane.
card games on motorcycles.
But, okay, Daiji, he's got to commit to a lane because right now he's just being really annoying.
Well...
Oh, now he's being annoying?
He's been annoying for several episodes.
I think he's been annoying since, like, episode, 34? 35?
See, I forgive it, but I did like how at the end of this episode, when Genta,
tosses his hair?
Well, tosses his hair, but acknowledges that, yes, it is hard. It is scary. There's a lot going on. But don't forget who your family is, essentially.
And forgive yourself.
Yes, forgive yourself because you're imperfect. But I will say, the best part of the episode was right when they were about to have like that family moment, and that line of energy just like destroys everything.
Yeah, we were all like, this is too positive. Something's about to happen. Somebody's gonna die.
Well, I was expecting, because of the dinner scene between Genta and the mother, I was like, oh, does this mean Genta's gonna die? Because this scene seems so happy right now.
I actually thought Genta was going to die, just because they pulled like every red flag in the universe.
And then they did it. It was like, what? He's not gonna die. What?
Though I really appreciated his wife saying, Is any family normal? I don't believe in normal people myself, so I think they're an urban myth. We were at a convention with 40,000 people. Did you encounter one normal person there?
I think there was a lot more than 40,000 people.
Oh, that's just the number I heard on Saturday. Well, how many people overall?
I don't know, but it had to be way more than that.
I will check.
But
I don't know if they have the official.
well, I
numbers
even
yet.
made the comment because one person we were talking to about sports stuff. I'm like, yeah, sports people aren't normal. I mean, they some of them might laugh at people dressing in costumes at conventions, but then they go and cosplay as their favorite player every weekend for their event. And the Super Bowl for football is Football Comic-Con.
And our home team
But it makes.
won the Stanley Cup. But
it-
my home team is sucking right now.
Well, let's just say. Ooh, 100,000 plus fans.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, well.
In that small, tiny ass space.
But you see, the thing about football and sports is that they have the endorsement of the city because they make money for them. Even though Denver Fan Expo and many other conventions bring people into the city who buy food, buy lodging,
Pay taxes
pay
for everything
taxes.
you do.
So yeah, they make money too.
But
I'm appealing to the universal greed.
Ba wheat, grana wheat,
Mini bond?
or
That's a universal greeting,
ba wheat,
not universal greed.
wheat mini bond.
oh my god,
He works at the Cinnabon.
you're all just speaking words.
We're all nerds.
I was a cool kid. at high
Nerds
school.
for all.
I don't believe that for a minute.
You were what?
I was a cool kid in high school.
No, we've been over this.
Pretending to be a cool kid does not make you a cool kid.
You were
It makes you a faker.
No, makes.
You were a goth poser. We've been
I was not a god
Okay.
poser.
But
We've been
so
over this.
You talked to one person.
we've got how much new merchandise in in these two episodes that they're gonna need to start selling over the next month before the new Rider stuff takes over.
Well,
We've got the Crimson Stamp. We've got the Hercules Beetle stuff. We've got the Destream Belt. We've got the Kabuto Beetle
No,
mask.
Kawagata.
The Kawaga?
Kawaga, not Kabuto.
I thought Kawaga was the Hercules Beetle.
They had two different.
Okay.
Well, either way, I mean, this feels a lot like Double, where
Mm-hmm.
Kamen Rider Build rather, where they would introduce repaints and new sound boxes of existing drivers, and you just thought, okay, I guess it works in the story, but it's also a blatant cash grab. And then they pull back the sticker sheet. I'm going to be on about this all night.
I just still.
But overall, I'm excited because now one story arc has technically ended. So if things feel like they're finally
Advance.
okay, we're at a place where things are going to start wrapping up.
So the first arc ended at what episode?
Oh, you mean like the Deadman arc?
Yes.
27, 28?
So 28, let's just say 28, was the end of the first arc. We're at 41, and we just finished the second arc.
No,
Maybe.
we wouldn't find. No, it's not. Wouldn't next. Not,
I don't
it's
think
not
the
the
arc is-
second arc. It's the ending to the Veil plotline. I mean,
Oh, okay.
So it's still part of the second arc. It's just a long-reaching arc.
and then soon it'll be the arc of the Covenant.
It'll be the arc of the Commandant.
But we have approximately, 8 more episodes?
6 or 7.
6 or 7? Oh yeah, because we have a 1-week break.
Yeah, there's a 1-week break, and most people are speculating the final episode is going to be a special episode crossing over with Gates.
What do you want to bet though? They'll introduce like 3 stamps in one episode, and they'll just fill it. Bang, bang, bang.
So, okay, now that we're at episode 42, and we've just completed, so we're going into 43, do you still feel the series is good?
Yes.
Yes, I feel like that it's been struggling these last few weeks, but in this latest arc stuff, but these episodes were really damn good. I still think the series is great.
I would put it in my personal ranking. It's second after Gaim, but before Build. So it's definitely up there. It's a really good one. I'm curious to see how it'll end. Oh, I also appreciate that they brought back that Daiji is trying to operate without his internal demon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like that they actually talked about Kagero in there because we've been talking about that in our videos for the last few weeks that he's unbalanced, and it's nice to actually see the character saying, "I think he's unbalanced because of Kagero. He needed him more than we thought he did."
So, as much as I really like the Holy Wing Driver, as it was what I bought it, but it probably was the dark turning point for Daiji. So if he does have a fallen angel. Actually, it'd be funny if a fallen angel stamp brought back his demon.
Oh, yeah.
I also think the writers are to struggle without Kagero.
Well, so now Daiji can only be moody. He can't be that flamboyant evil.
Well, I personally think it's like an actor perspective for him that he actually did very well managing the two sides.
But he
of
hasn't
him.
been able to pull off just
No.
this moody side.
He's suddenly being limited.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a disservice to his abilities.
But the guy who plays the director, I'm sorry, he chews the scenery way too much.
Yeah, especially that one scene when Daiji pushed him away and ran off, and then the other scene after he nearly got destroyed, when he's there freaking out, and Daiji's watching him from the background, like, dude, you're over. You're like hamming it up.
Well, honestly, I feel like Daiji in a lot of the scenes lately has just been stare, turn away, walk off screen.
See, actually, what I thought would have been way more cooler or way more impactful had Daiji turned around and started to smirk when Akaishi was freaking out. I think that would have shown that there was more. That Daiji isn't as gullible as he's been written to be so far.
Yeah. Well, he also got his ass kicked 50 ways because you don't have to go into work when your boss tries to kill you.
But
I'll harp on that even longer than the stamp sheet.
I think that's all we've really got for this episode. These episodes that have been pretty damn cool. It was kind of cool once when the second episode started and they had the music, the theme song already playing at the beginning. I'm like, oh, that must mean we're not getting the actual opening this episode, which works because it gave us a cool battle.
Even though the opening in 41 had a few new elements, I think.
I noticed that.
So they're not afraid to update that.
No, they usually have been updating the openings.
Bit by bit, but...
Which I appreciated it because it changed so much.
Yet I still can't make head nor tail of that fellow in the business suit with the flames in the opening. Oftentimes I think it's Daiji, or it could have been that really creepy business guy.
Oh, no. Somebody had said back a while ago when you talked about that, somebody mentioned it's Ikki.
I've never seen him in a business suit.
But it's just Ikki at the beginning. In that opening
I
bit.
don't understand what they're going for then.
No idea.
Well, maybe we'll find out. He'll be in that suit in the final episode and it will all make sense. And we'll go, oh, I never knew that.
Or maybe he's in that suit in one of the specials. Speaking of which, they've announced a Hana Sakura special.
Are they going to get married? Oh, wait, it's illegal in Japan.
If we're not careful, it'll be illegal here in the U.S.
No shit.
But that's all.
Sorry, don't mean to get all political and stuff, but that'd be a stupid thing to do.
Well, we did have a shooting earlier, but anyway. So that's all we've got for this episode. What did you guys think of episodes 41 and 42 of Revice? Let us know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. You can support me at Kaiju no Kami on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, Discord, when I remember. And my website, Creativity by DesignLLC.com, with a store that has the website /shop. Description is also, link is also in the description below. I was going to say description is in the link below, but that wouldn't make any sense.
That sounds right for you.
And you can find me under MLP Silver Quill on YouTube, DeviantArt, and the Twitter. And well, we're working on a website for myself as well.
Yes, I've been really bad.
What we both have. Also, I've been out of state for conventions.
We've kind of been busy.
And we've both been at a convention. And you're looking really frowny face, so I'm going to do this.
Alright,
You're
until
actually a
next
really good
time.
mix.
Bye.
Bye.